pictures will be taken now. Rafter winning the toss, electing to serve. Not too many words between the two out there at the moment. You wouldn't expect that. They did have a word or two with each other at Cincinnati. And it came from Mark Philippoussis. Rafter said it took a lot of guts for Mark to come up to me and discuss the Davis Cup troubles that we'd had. But it's an adult and a mature attitude, because you don't need bad blood in the locker room. The world is too full of large problems to let a little bit of personal animosity get between you. You've got to travel the world together. You've got to get on, Peter.
Yeah, well, certainly Philippoussis doesn't need it himself. His tennis, I'm sure, I mean, anytime you have bad blood with another player, that's going to adversely affect the way you play. And you know, it's better to be happy at all times. And you know, who knows, that conversation might have you know, helped his results this week.
No doubt. It's good to clear away the bad blood. It's Philippoussis against Rafter. On commentary for this one, Bill Threlfall and Jerry Williams. You'll hear interjections from Wally Mazur, a semi-finalist back in 1993 and a great thinker on the game. But for now, oh, a quick prediction from you, Peter.
I'm taking Rafter here. Rafter in 5.
Rafter, oh, I'd like 5. Pat Rafter in 5 sets. I'll go for Pat Rafter to win this thing, although I'm a little bit concerned that he played the second semi-final in 5 sets against Pete Sampras yesterday. I'm a little bit worried that he may be fatigued. We'll see how it goes. Let's join our commentary team now. Have a good one, guys. Bill Threlfall and Jerry Williams.
Thank you. Well, nearly 2 weeks ago, it seems an age ago, 10 Australians started out on the first day in the men's singles. And these two, as we've been listening to and as we've been anticipating here, are now to play out the final. 2 very different people. Mark Philippoussis looks like Tarzan, but really he's a boy emerging uncertainly into manhood. This man here, Rafter, is the quintessential Australian bloke who I'll certainly never forget. Right under the Savile Row suits in the Royal Box at Wimbledon this year, caught an errant service toss and completely oblivious of the library hush. You remember shouted, "Sorry, mate," and everybody realised what a wonderful fellow he is. I think Rafter might well surprise us all and win in 3 sets, because I'm not sure that Philippoussis will be able to return his serve. Bill, what do you think?
I'm taking him to win in 4 because I have the most enormous respect for Pat Rafter's tennis and his sort of mental approach to the whole thing. I just think, you know, he's very calm within himself. I think he's surrounded by real quality people. We'll see his box and all the people surrounding him, and they're all good people. I think he's got a lot of wise heads behind him, and I think he's got one himself. I think his tennis is fantastic. I think he's, and I don't mind if Stefan Edberg is listening. I think, if anything, he's become a better volleyer than Stefan Edberg. He is just incredible on the volley. His serve is very, very safe. There's a statistic here that you might like to know, and that is the double faults in 6 matches is 14 for Rafter, and he's had some long ones. He's had 5-set matches. 14, that's just over 2 double faults per match. Now, if you look at his opponent, he's served 42 double faults. Well, he serves big, of course, Philippoussis. And we're seeing some right here. But 42 double faults? I don't know. Anyway, Jerry, I go with Rafter. He's been there before. I don't agree with what McEnroe said earlier in the tournament, that he could be a 1-slam wonder. I said last week, I remember, that far from that, I think he's going to go on and win quite a few slams. I think he's a great, great champion. And I think he will be again today.
Not sure what I think about statistics, but we might as well make the point that only 3 times in modern tennis has Steve Ulrich in the umpire's chair, one of the best American umpires. Only 3 times in modern tennis has a first-time US Open.
Love 15. 15-30. Thirty on.
Philippoussis making some good returns straight away.
30-40. Deuce.
That last serve was his safety valve in the left court, serving wide. That one not as wide as he will hope to serve later on. First serve in, though.
Advantage rafter. Game.
Well, there was a break point there. First game, you didn't really expect that, particularly on Rafter's serve, although he'll take a little bit of time to settle. The thing about Philippoussis' return of serve, surely.
Go on playing just the most brilliant tennis all the time, match after match after match. Nobody has in the past. And if he proves to be able to do it today, good on him.
Right now, 102 aces he served so far in this year's US Open, Philippoussis. 138 service winners, 42 double faults. What's he going to do today?
15 love.
It is perhaps these shots here with really lovely restraint, where Rafter comes into his own.
Oh, beautifully calmly.
15-30. Second serve.
Beautiful passes coming from Rafter early on. Not hit hard, guided, correct amount of topspin, correct weight of shot.
clever. Didn't rush it.
Deuce.
This is a beautiful point by Philippoussis. A lot of pressure on him here to make that volley. Classic.
Advantage Philippoussis. Select. First serve.
Oh, look at that. What an athlete.
Well, there were a couple of points yesterday. That was tough on Mark Philippoussis to have the net cord slow it down, but this is just an incredible get. Round the net, not over it. And that, of course, is allowed, and why you have a singles net and a doubles net, wider. Deuce.
Let. First serve. Advantage rafter.
I just wondered whether he was going to take a little bit off the second serve, because he just cracks it away first or second serve. And he hasn't. And this is another break point. The third one Rafter's had in this opening Philippoussis service game.
Deuce. Advantage rafter.
You know, Rafter shares this ability, I think, with Martina Hingis, of all people, who in the doubles beforehand showed exactly the same sort of hands at close quarters. The ability to rat-a-tat volleys.
Game rafter.
Well, there you are, thunderous serving, but thunderous serving at the wrong time. Two double faults on second serves. And there's the first break. 2-love. Yesterday, when Philippoussis was playing, I bumped into Paul Annacone, Sampras's coach, and he said to me, Tim should be out there, you know. Interesting thought, isn't it?
Did he now?
Yeah.
Love.